Hello, this video is the Google Sites video for the Google Level 2 certification. So I'm just going to go over the skills that you need to know and what you need to know how to do using a Google site. So in the top right hand corner over here, these are your three main menus on Google Sites. We're going to start with the Insert menu. Anytime you see Embed or Insert, those things are going to be on this menu. So I'm going to scroll down. The first thing I'm going to look at is how to insert a Google Calendar. I'm going to click on Calendar. This is actually really simple. I'm going to choose the calendar that I want to embed, and then I'm just going to click Insert. Now, if this is a public site, you do need to make sure in the settings of your calendar that you have made the calendar public as well. So if this is something for parents or even for students to view anywhere, anytime, you need to make sure you have your calendar published correctly. Once you embed your calendar, then you can change any of these settings that you want. So I always change the view mode to either week or month. I don't like agenda view. So if I want it to be week view, you can see in the background that changes it to look like that. I can let the viewer decide, so I can do any of these things. Maybe I don't want the title in there, whatever. So I'm going to click Done, and that's how you embed a Google Calendar. Now I'm going to do the same thing for a Google Map. So I'm going to come over here where it says Maps. I'm still on my Insert menu. And I can insert a map that I've made. So like the WOW stations, for example, or something like that, you could insert that map. Or I can insert a certain location. So I'm going to do the Thomas Jefferson address. And I'm going to say select. And it gives me a nice little map of the address that I put in there. So you could put any address that you needed to if you needed to insert a map. Now, for the image carousel, I'm going to scroll back up. You can put images that scroll across the page. So when I choose image carousel, I can choose a few images. So I'm going to say the advanced YouTube, the advanced calendar, and then the Google Calendar images. Of course, you would probably want to put images of things you're doing in your classroom or students or something like that. But I'm going to choose Insert. And then I can resize this. I can center it. And as you can see on the bottom, I have 3 images in my image carousel. If I go to settings, that's where I can go and add more. I can choose if I want to show the dots underneath on how many images there are, if I want to show captions, if I want to add that, and if I want it to auto start. I'm going to tell it to auto start. I want it to scroll as soon as my page loads. So when I get to the preview of the site, you'll see what that looks like. So that's an image carousel. The next thing I want to do on my Insert menu is practice using one of these layout templates. So this just kind of organizes your page if you want to have pictures and text together. This kind of helps you out. So I'm going to do 2 pictures and 2 text boxes like this. And I'm going to insert my pictures. So in one text box, I'm going to put the TML CPS logo. In the image box. In the other image box, I'm going to put the Louisa Leeds logo. If I want to click the crop button, it just kind of makes my image fit however, whatever size the image is. I can click to add title, text. One of the other things on here is talks about adding alt text to images. So since I just inserted an image, I'm going to show you where that is. I choose add alt text. I'm going to call this the TML CPS logo. If it was your fall field trip, you might put that. The alt text helps visually impaired people. When they are looking at the website, they can hover over a picture, and if they're using a reader, it will read the alt text to them. So that's why alt text is important to make our sites accessible for everyone. Now I'm going to go into adding a page. So when you add a page, you just go to the Pages menu, you choose the plus sign, and you can click on New Link. Now this is a page that's going to take you outside of the current website, so I'm going to use the LCPS website. I'm going to copy my URL, and I'm going to paste it in here for the link. And then I'm going to name this LCPS. You can tell that's an outside link because it uses the link button here instead of the page icon. So I can add what looks like an additional page to my website, but it's really just a link. You need to know for Google Sites are going to be found in this settings wheel at the top of your site window. When I go to the settings wheel, I have options to change my navigation. If I want my navigation to be on the side or the top of my page, those are my choices. And then I can choose whether I want it to be white, black, or transparent. So those are just the links to your other pages. For brand images, I can upload a logo. So let's say I want to upload the Team LCPS logo. I can do that. I can also add alt text for that logo. And then I can also do a favicon, which is that little tiny button that'll be right above, right in front of the title when you have your tabs open. I'm going to do a favicon of the Louisa Leeds logo. You don't have to do either of those things. Those are just optional. And then you can also add an announcement banner. This can be nice if you just want parents to see it as soon as they open it. So maybe you want to say picture day on 11/20/20. You don't want parents to forget. So you turn on the banner, you choose the banner color, then you type in the message that you want to show up. And then when you close that, you can see immediately the banner shows up. My logo is right here. And then if I go to preview my published site, you'll see my favicon right up here, the Louisa Leeds logo.